to call this talk today, stand for something or you stand for nothing, and I really do believe that. Let me start by telling you that too many products take a position where they say, look at me, as opposed to, here's what I can do for you. And my talk today is going to be about the need for you as an entrepreneur or a business owner to consider what your product does for others rather than consider why you have fallen in love with your product in the first place. Today I want to walk you through just three things. First is, what is a brand? How do I build one? And then, how do I use a brand to my commercial advantage? And guys, I believe a brand is a promise. Everybody understands what promises are. You make them, and you either keep them or you break them. If you want to be successful in business, you make a promise and you keep that promise. Branding is a verb, and it's important that we understand the difference between a brand and branding. Branding is the act of actually making sure that that promise comes to life at every touch point that the consumer experiences your product in. And that's really the hard part about it in business. Once you understand what you're promising, making sure that that promise is delivered over and over again in a reliable manner is the difficult challenge. The next question then is, how do I build one? If I want one of those things, how do I build it? First thing that you need to do is define your customer. There is no such thing as a brand without understanding who you're trying to serve and whose needs you're trying to meet. Once you've defined your target audience and you've convinced yourself that you can actually find them so you have a legitimate way of categorizing them, then the next thing that you have to do, and this is difficult, is listen to them. Okay? Consumers, your target audience will speak to you if you give them a chance. Now you're at the point where it's time to write a promise. Two concepts when you're thinking about your promise that are important to understand: point of difference and point of parity. So your product being evaluated against the competition will have points that are similar. In the old days, we used to call these tickets to entry. Today, they're called points of parity. But then there are these things called points of difference. Okay? That's where your product is different than the competition. Most people think of points of difference in the sense of positive. Here's where my product is better than the competition. But points of difference can also be negative. Here's where the competition is better than me. Okay? And it's important that you really get a good handle on that and that you be objective. This is where getting outside counsel is very helpful, because often, even in large companies, you fall in love with your product and you are blind to its faults. It's the fundamental reason that marriages work. Okay? You fall in love, you're blind to the faults. It works the same here.
I really enjoyed the event today. First of all, I thought the food was outstanding. Everything from the salad to the steak to the dessert, very good, very well presented. And then I really like the format of kind of having an informal hour where you can bring prospects or clients, just get to know them on a more personal level, talk about different things in a setting that's outside the office. So I really like the format. And then, of course, I thought the speaker was excellent. I've heard Ed speak on another occasion prior to this, and he's excellent. So I would certainly recommend this to anybody interested and give themselves the ability to bring a prospect or a client to and enjoy a luncheon.
Well, it was a great day. In fact, the speaker was so good that 10 minutes into the presentation, I had to go out, I had to leave, excuse myself, and go to work on my promise. So I'm looking forward to many more 11ths and then 12ths in 2012. So that's the nature. I'm very happy to be here at the first one, and I hope to be at all of them.